Today, the IMF released a very important report on the status of women across the world, entitled Fair Play, More Equal Laws Boost Female Labor Force Participation. On the occasion of the release of the report, we're delighted to welcome here Christine Lagarde, the Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund and the first woman to hold the role. It's great to have you here.
Great to be with you, Arianna.
There must be so many times when you are the only woman in the room. And do you find that you have to explain to men that gender equality is not just about women, that it is really a fundamental economic principle that can affect growth and economic stability?
Yes. And quite often, actually, you have to demonstrate the business case. It is a moral issue. It's a moral imperative, I would say. But beyond that, when you demonstrate to policymakers, to members of government, that it actually makes economic sense and it can bring more growth, it can bring a more diverse society, which is more inclusive, and it can be, bottom line, much more profitable from the global economic point of view, then you cross over to them and you bridge this gap of not so sure about the business case.
And you have a lot of evidence in the report about that. The fact that women are by far the majority of the global consumers.
Yeah.
And what difference would it make, therefore, if they were also at the driver's seat in the economy? And also, I love the statistic about Fortune 500 companies, how the ones that are actually encouraging female participation, especially at the top, end up being much more profitable.
Yeah.
So, given that you've also said that if Lehman Brothers were Lehman Sisters, you might still be around, why is it so hard to actually take all that evidence and do more to promote gender equality?
Well, because it's change in process, and change is always painful because it's much more comfortable to stay within your comfort zone, to do things the way they were done, and to accept that, you know, innovation can actually be profitable as a whole. And I think what's interesting in the latest study that we are producing today is that it is not to the detriment of men. In other words, those societies that have removed and reduced the barriers, the legal barriers for women, have not increased men and employment. This has not been the consequence of it. In other words, because you open the space for women to access the job market, for women to contribute to the economy, does not mean that there are fewer jobs and fewer opportunities for men. So it's really a win-win situation. It improves the growth, it makes society more inclusive, and it's not a threat to those that are in their respective positions.